Hello, this is Chris Coffey, Instructional Technology Coach for Bamberg School District 1. In this video, we're going to be looking at how to share and review documents. So here's a document I have that a student has done, or maybe I've done and I want to submit to somebody. I would highly suggest, if it's an assignment a student's doing, get them to submit it in Google Classroom. That is easier to grade, it's easier to collect, it puts it all in one spot. So if you're a teacher and you're wanting students to share, create an assignment and let them upload it there. But perhaps you're sharing with another teacher or an administrator or somebody outside of the school and you're wanting to share it. It's easy enough. If you're in the document, all you have to do is click share. And you have a couple options. You can enter in an email address of somebody who has it, or you can go to advanced features and say, all right, instead of it being a private document, I'm going to change that. Notice you get a lot of options here. On public means people can search it in the web, find it. Anyone with the link. So if you're wanting to share it like with the whole school or something like that, you can do that. These two are nice if you're in your district email. The other two will be, if it's a personal account, it doesn't matter, but on the district Google account, you'll have the option to share with anyone in District 1. They can find it and access it, or they can access it if they're in District 1 and they have the link. Okay? Or off means only specific people, so you add those email addresses. So anybody can find it, anybody with the link, anybody can find it in the district, anybody in the district with the link can find it, or only specific people. So you've got a lot of options on sharing. And another way of doing sharing is if you're in Google Docs, you can click on the document you want to share and click this little person with the plus sign, and it's going to bring up that same box. Okay. Now, if you do want it to be accessible with the link, you can just get the shareable link and you can do that. Now, what are the options once they get there? Well, notice right now it's saying anybody at Bamberg School District 1 with the link can view, but you might also want to change that to they can edit the document if it's something that you're working on collaboratively, or maybe they can comment. So you don't want them to make changes, but you do want to get their opinion. So those are some options on there as well. So now that you have shared your document, you may want to comment with somebody, or you may want to comment on something that was shared with you. If someone has shared something with you, it will show up right here in your drive, shared with me. So anything that someone has shared with you is going to be right in there. But if you want to make those comments, and let me go back to the folder I was in. If you want to make comments, and this is even true if you are grading in Google Classroom, it's simple enough. All you have to do is highlight the section that you want to comment about, and this little box will pop up and you can add a comment, and you can type away and then post the comment. Resolve means, hey, I've read your comment, maybe I made the change, maybe I didn't, but it's just a comment. There are other kinds of comments though, and to do them you're going to have to change the mode. The easiest way to change the mode is right now you are in editing mode by default. You are editing a document. But some of the other modes are suggesting and viewing. So those people you share and only allow to view, they'll be in viewing mode. But perhaps you want to be in suggesting mode if you're helping somebody edit a document or something like that. Even a student's work. Maybe you want to make suggestions and let them decide whether or not they want to use them. You would just click on suggesting. And now, instead of that sentence, I want to change, I don't think I would have the time to treat my dragon well. All right, so now it's a suggestion. So you see, it keeps this original sentence, but it shows it with a strike through. It shows the new sentence with that green text, and it shows what I've done. So I replaced the first sentence with my second sentence, and it gives you the option of accepting the suggestion or rejecting it. So right now it's my account that's doing it, but if you were sharing it, whoever made the suggestion would show up. So those are some of the comments that could be made, but remember, you have to have the mode to suggesting to see those changes. So whenever you're working collaboratively with someone, or you have your students doing a collaborative assignment, it's a good thing to suggest, hey, go ahead and have it in suggesting mode. I'm going to go ahead and accept that change, and it changes it. Now that comment is gone that I made because that sentence is no longer there. So anytime you delete what was commented on, the comment will also go away. So I'm going to go back to editing, and let's say your students don't do that, or you don't do that, and you want to see what changes have been made to a document. Well, that's easy enough. All you have to do is come up here to File and go down to Version History. Now you can name the current version, like Rough Draft or something like that. All you do is click on it and, Rough Draft. I'll say Rough Draft number 1. Okay, and I'm going to save that. So now that is named in Version History, but I'll go to File and Version History, and I want to see the version history. So notice this is Rough Draft number 1, but I can go back and say, well, earlier in the day I had this. In yesterday's version, I had this. And I can go all the way through, all the way back to when I created the document, which will be blank. But let's say, you know what, I don't like all these changes. I want to go back to the way I had it yesterday afternoon. I'm going to say restore this version. Now, notice all of these users are showing up as me. This is also a great way to check and see if students are working collaboratively, or if one student's doing the bulk of the work. If you have a group of students working together, you should see every student working on it. But if somebody accidentally deleted something, or the changes weren't good, you could always go back to restore this version. Now, before I do that, notice that is Rough Draft number 1. So that's the only one I've named. The rest of them just have the date and time. So I'm going to come back to this one. I'm going to restore this version. And there it goes. It restored it back to that version that I was using for another video. So ultimately, you've got a lot of options with that. The last thing I'm going to show you in sharing, and I'm sorry this video is dragging on, but when you're working with people, you want to see who's doing the changes. You want to get people's feedback. You want to see who's reading your documents. These are some of the things that you want to know when you're sharing out information. So you want to make sure your students are logging on and reading a document, or making changes to a document when they're working in groups. Version history is one way to do that, but if they're just reading, you're not going to see that they read it. So what you do for that is you're going to come up here to Tools, and you're going to see Activity Dashboard. And when you click on that, it will show who it's shared with. And so you'd have a list of everybody who has access to the document. All the viewers from Bamberg School District 1, so that would be everybody. This is just from Bamberg. And then the viewer trend. When was it last viewed? So right now it's been within the hour by me. But if other people had viewed this document, it would have them and when they last logged on. So if a student says, yes, I've been reading that, digital book or that digital story that you posted, you can go and look and see, have they ever accessed it? Have they ever looked at it? So a lot of different tools, a lot of different things that we've covered: sharing, comments, mode, version history, activity dashboard. I know it's a lot in one video, but if you have questions, check out the website in the description below. It's got a little bit more detail. Or feel free to contact me at ccoffee@bamberg1.com. And I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it informative. Thank you for watching.